All right, Hood News peeps, we're back. We are back here at Morales Funeral Home. Let me know if you guys can hear me. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm gonna wait for you guys. Yes? All right. Look at this beautiful building. We're in the heart of 2nd Ward, friends, here at Morales Funeral Home. Almost 100 years in business, like helping and assisting families during these critical times of need. I'm gonna wait for you guys, and guess who I have here with me? Christina Morales. Hey, Christina.
Hey, Chrissy.
All right, good to see you too. Let's do a mic check real quick before we go further, because we ended the live and we could actually hear everything when we played back the video. So I don't know what's going on with Facebook. It's kind of iffy. All right, let me know if you guys can hear. Yes, we got the mics on. Everything's good, and everything was good the first time. So I don't know what's going on with Facebook today. They need to catch up with the Hood News. Thank you for having us. Yes, they're giving us thumbs up, so we're good. Christina, tell us about Morales Funeral Home and how long you guys have been open.
So we have been open in 2nd Ward of Houston since 1931, and in this building on Canal Street since 1936. Those are my grandparents. They came to Houston from San Antonio.
Yes.
They called Houston Cowtown at that time.
Wow.
The population was so small, in the hundreds of thousands, and now here we are, millions of people.
Yes.
And they decided that this is where they were going to create a space for families who needed a funeral service to have it with dignity, because as I was telling you earlier, during those years in the 30s, it was just common that Mexicans would have their funerals in their friend's garage.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, what? Yes.
And so, and there's old pictures, and you can see them, because, you know, Mexican families are big, and so they needed a big space, and sometimes that big space was a garage.
Wow.
And so we saw that, they saw that, not me, but they saw that, and they decided that they wanted to get into the business after my grandfather's father had died, and they were treated that way, and they said, you know, we should have our own funeral home, and that's when they opened Morales Funeral Home in 1931.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then in 1936 they found this building here, and it's been remodeled a bunch of times.
Wow.
But we're still here operating, and we're going to hit 100 years soon.
And this is the original location, am I correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And what makes this place so special that you guys are still here in the new millennium? I mean, it's just amazing. What makes this place so special?
Well, this community just really has a special place in our hearts. And my grandmother, she was the one that made the decision. Let's stay in the 2nd Ward. This is where the community has welcomed us, has supported us, and supported our small business. So let's stay here in 2nd Ward. And we haven't moved. And, you know, it is kind of hard because this area is gentrifying now. I mean, we've seen a lot of growth here that we would have never imagined.
Right.
And it makes it expensive to operate out of here, but for now, for you know, the near future, we're going to stay here as long as we can. And you know, we're expanding by opening our location in North Houston.
Oh yeah, there's a Little York location as well.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Can we walk around? Can you walk us through?
Sure.
All right.
So, you know, you're in our lobby area, and then we do have a couple of chapels.
Okay.
Here's one here, and we have office space. We have our restroom facilities here, and we do have a service that's going to start shortly, but I'll just kind of show you the lobby area. But yeah, we have a lot of space. We can sit up to 200 people in our small chapel, and then of course there's the lobby space as well. We have a kitchen area over there.
It's huge.
Well. And
okay.
we offer all kinds of services, burials, you know, visitations, and we do cremations too. You know, back in the day, it was burials every day, and we had police escorts here and taking us to the cemetery. But now here lately, a lot of people are choosing cremation.
Okay.
So we do a lot of cremation services now as well, and that people usually have a lot of questions about that. And you know, you watch documentaries or you see things in the news, but one thing that I'm really proud of that we did maybe about 5 years ago is we decided to install our own crematory. So right here in the middle of the city, we have our own crematory. It's environmentally friendly. And everything happens right here on site. So when you bring your loved one here, we do everything within this space.
Wow.
Including the cremation, and not a lot of funeral homes.
No, I've never
that.
even, I've never heard that.
It costs a lot of money to install your own crematory, and we just thought with the growth of cremations lately, we decided that that was something that we should do. And I wanted to show you some of the products.
Yeah, let's do that.
You want to follow me.
Yes. So let me tell you, Christina, I had a Hood News peep reached out yesterday. Her mom's cremains are with her at this time, and she doesn't know what to do with them. I told her, follow your heart. You know, like there's no right or wrong. Some people, can you tell us about the different things people do?
Sure. And, you know, that's one thing that people do like about cremation is that there's so many options. I mean, you can literally take somebody's cremated remains and make a diamond out of it. You can send it into outer space. I mean, we've never done any of those. They're very, very expensive, but the reality is any of those things can happen. But a lot of people spread the ashes somewhere, and there are certain laws that like you can't just spread ashes anywhere. Some people do anyway. You know, and if you bury them at the cemetery, it can be kind of expensive. But some people keep them at home. But you know, one thing you have to think about is our future generations going to take care of those cremated remains,
right?
Because you know sometimes they're found in a Goodwill place. And it's sadly like the person who had the cremains there, they forgot to tell somebody, and then they end up staying in the home. And you know, so sometimes it's good to spread them somewhere or bury them somewhere. And you have time when you have a cremation, you have time to make those decisions later. But we do a lot of spreading the ashes at sea. But you know,
I see jewelry.
So you could take a little bit of the cremains and put them in a piece of jewelry.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
I'm not wearing mine now, but you know, my sister was cremated. Actually, she was the first person that we cremated here in our crematory. And after she passed away, everybody in the family got a necklace with her ashes in it. And you know, that's just really a special way. There's so many options. Like this is like a little vial, but the one I have for my sister, it's a cross. It's a silver cross. It's beautiful. But there's gold jewelry. I mean, there's so many options.
So many options.
And then look at this cool thing. This is like a little rock that they can make out of the cremated remains.
Really? Yes. That's a stone? That was somebody?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, this one wasn't.
That's a model, but it can be. It can be. Wow.
And so, you know, when you get the cremated remains back, they're like the consistency of sand. So that kind of gives you an idea. And, you know, depending on the person's size, you don't know how much you're going to get. But for these pieces, it takes very little, you know, that you just put a little bit in. Another thing that we do is we have these fingerprint jewelry pieces that are really nice. And you can have these made of your loved one's fingerprint. And look at this pretty necklace.
That's so beautiful. And these are fingerprints of our loved ones.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, so cremation definitely has a lot more options, and you can still have a viewing and have all the services. You can still even go to church. And then after all those services are over, then you can have the cremation done. And so that's something.
I think a lot of people think that cremation means no viewing, no place where people get together, but that's actually not. I mean, it can be, but it doesn't have to be, right? Like people can have a farewell for their loved ones.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the choices of services are just unlimited, really, because you can see the person before they're cremated. You can even have a service after they're cremated. You can have a service, you know, a year down the road. So, you know, there's a lot of options with cremation, and you could still take the person to church, and then after the church service, you can still have a cremation. And, you know, we love to personalize the services. I know one thing that we were talking about earlier, like we've had services for bikers, and those are awesome because all the bikers come through, and we have hundreds of bikers, and they're literally following us to the cemetery. We've had people who drive 18-wheelers, and we literally brought the whole truck bed into the funeral home and then put the casket on.
Really?
Yes,
So those are like different touches that people can do, personalized.
And,
okay.
and, just really, it's unlimited what you can do. We have the horse-drawn carriages, mariachis, we have butterfly release.
Nice.
A lot of folks come and they do the t-shirts with their loved one on it, but whatever seems fitting to your family, we definitely try to do that. And we've been doing it for 100 years.
Yeah.
Another thing that we do, and we specialize in it, is sending your loved one to their home country. For many, many years, we were one of the only funeral homes who did that. Now others are doing it too, but it's a very rigorous process with the paperwork, and we have to go to the consulate. We have to get the death certificate, sometimes drive all the way to Austin, but it's something that we're able to do and send your loved one home if they're from Mexico, Honduras, Colombia. We've been to all those places and send someone's loved one home.
Are there any special symbolic traditions that you've been seeing more and more, like the families requesting these days?
Well, one that is very typical for Latinos is, mariachis. People love to have mariachis. It's very symbolic. But one thing that we do at the cemetery is we give everybody an opportunity to take a few grains of sand and put it on the casket. And that's only done in Latino funerals. So the cemeteries are used to us coming, and they have the little pail with the sand in it. And it's a gesture that means until we meet again.
Okay.
And that's because when you have a funeral in Mexico, the family literally takes the shovels and covers the grave.
Covers them.
That's the tradition. So here, they don't, for liability reasons, they don't allow us to grab the shovels.
Right.
But we take a little bit of grain of sand.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we do flowers. I just watched the Selena documentary.
Oh, I saw that too. Yes, it's so good. Yes.
And they put the white flowers on her, and it was so beautiful. So that's a really beautiful gesture that is part of our Latino culture.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You guys have seen all sorts of funerals. You guys fit up to how many in one place?
Well, a new location can seat up to 500 people just in the chapel, which it's
that's
really
huge.
A huge
Yes.
place. And we've had a couple of younger folks who have passed away, and we fill the place.
Okay.
Here we have like 200, and you could still have like 300 people here.
Okay.
But yeah, so we accommodate big families because ¿sabes qué? Los mexicanos, they have big families.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do, girl.
I remember a long time ago when I got into the mortuary school and everything, and I was talking to other funeral homes, and they're not all Mexican funeral homes, and one of my friends told me, Mexicans really know how to funeralize.
Oh,
they do.
yes.
That's like Dia de los Muertos, and all these things are such an important part of our culture, and we do like to see our loved one and spend time with family and have food. That's just part of who we are.
Absolutely. Christina, what are some of the concerns, the most common concerns that families, when they walk through your doors, that they bring, and how do you help ease those worries and concerns?
Gosh, that's a good question.
Is it like the cost that they're concerned about?
Yes. So I can tell you the cost is actually the best concern that people have, because a lot of times they come in first and they're not ready to actually sign a contract because they want to go and compare prices. Our prices are incredibly competitive, and I know you see a brand name of funeral homes that's around town. I don't want to say the name, but you can compare our prices to theirs, and we're much more reasonably priced, and that's because we're family owned and operated, and we can negotiate on the prices. So we try to make sure that everything fits within that family's budget. So definitely we work with every family. Sometimes we have families that have family members who are in the military.
Okay.
We bring them, we know the paperwork and the phone calls that we need to make to help them get home to to be with their loved one. You know, and then, as I said earlier, sending their loved ones back to their country of origin.
Okay.
People want that sometimes, and even just the cremated remains, like we can cremate the person and then ship their cremated remains to wherever they came from.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So, you know, a lot of times the cemetery is very expensive depending on where you want to be, but we work with any cemetery in Houston.
Okay.
And that's separate than the funeral home cost, and that's always, that's just the way it is. Your cemetery, even if the funeral home is on the cemetery, they separate those costs because the cemetery is one governed by a different entity than the funeral home.
And that's a big deal that I'm always trying to push for, to let people know, because we always see the plate sales on the weekends. You know, that's something on the Hood News. I mean, it's very rare that there's a weekend without a plate sale or benefit for funeral arrangements. A lot of people don't realize that it's so important to pre-plan. And you guys have packages that you offer, is that correct?
We do, and we strongly recommend that people pre-arrange their funerals. You know, if you're, I'm over 50, and once you're over 50, I mean, it's inevitable, something's gonna happen.
Yes.
And what you're doing by pre-arranging is you're saving yourself from whatever the cost is gonna be in the future.
Absolutely.
And right now, you know, the economy, everything's so unpredictable.
Yes.
When you start pre-arranging, you can make sure that you're just making payments. And after you pay on it for 2 years, it's a full death benefit. So the whole funeral is paid for. But all of those details, we have licensed staff to help you get through pre-arranging your funeral. So that's something definitely that we appreciate.
Listen, Hood News peeps, I'm talking to y'all, okay? Listen, Christina's telling, she's giving everybody the info. Listen, if you're going to the Texans games, you're drinking it up every weekend. There's no reason why we need to be seeing you on a flyer and everything. It's nice, you know, but we want your families to be able to grieve or celebrate or whatever it is that their emotions are going through at the time when you're no longer with us. And that is so important. Like I've already made arrangements myself, what I want done, and I'm going to be here at Morales Funeral Home. So I've already announced that a few times. Yeah, I'm going to be here. It's going to be a come on down at Morales Funeral Home, you guys. Yes. So, what are the biggest benefits families notice when they take time to prepare arrangements in advance? Let's talk about the positive.
So, you know, when you look at how many casket choices there are, I mean, we offer hundreds because we don't want to go into the thousands, but there are so many different types of caskets. So when your family does the pre-arrangement, you already picked your casket. You already gave the songs that you want. You already have an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Want, like
okay.
And it breaks my heart. I have seen so many people come in here and they have no clue what to do.
Oh.
And it's really heartbreaking because they're like, well, do you know if Dad wanted to be buried or cremated? And so all of those decisions, you can make those for your family so they don't have to worry about it. And that's the biggest benefit of all of this. And then for them to have to come up with that money, because you never know where you're going to be financially.
Right.
So when you're paying for this in advance, you're saving your family just a lot of stress, and then they're able to grieve. So, and that's what you want, you know. That's
And you have a showroom here too, right? Can we go look at that? Let's go look at the showroom, friends. Like if you book an appointment or come, are walk-ins acceptable?
Yes,
Okay.
walk-ins are acceptable, and
Look, friends, and that way you can look at the different finishes on the coffins, the colors, and everything, the urns too.
yes, so we have you know,
That's
wooden
beautiful.
caskets. We have these beautiful panels. I just love the Virgencita.
See,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
And then we have these corner pieces. You know, if your loved one was in the military or they liked fishing. This is always my favorite. It's the Piata. You know, it's Mary holding Jesus after they took him off of the cross. That's my grandpa and my dad.
Oh.
And this is one of our good friends. And this used to be our parking attendant right there. So they're incorporated into this place. But yeah, you know, these are some of the the casket choices that we have, and you know, we have them in all different price ranges. And there's more available on a catalog. I mean, here's some of the cremation options. Like you can put the cremains in here, and then you can plant a tree, so those cremated remains become part of the tree.
The cycle of
Right,
life.
exactly.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
Yeah,
Are y'all
so-
seeing this, friends? Because I see a lot of people are into cremation. A lot of you guys, I had one lady say, just bury me in my backyard. That's not going to happen, friend. But like, at least we have options. You see all the urns and you can even grow a tree.
Yes.
If you want to be one.
Yes. And you know, a lot of personalization with the engraving, and just so many different choices of urns. These look like miniature caskets, but they're not. These are what we call outer burial containers.
Okay.
So you know, at the cemeteries, they require you to put a container outside of the casket. So that's what these are, miniatures, so you could see what they look like.
What they look like.
Yes.
Okay.
And they personalize these as well, but at the end of the day, they go underground.
Wow.
Yes. And so, you know, we have a computer here because we have so many caskets. If families have a specific type of casket that they want, we can show them endless possibilities on our computer. And then we do portraits. You know, that's to carry cremated remains and medals and things like that. So yes. And as you can see, we have this big conference table because another thing that we find within our Latino community is a lot of people like to come and be a part of the arrangement.
More than one child, yes. The tias, the tío.
And that's something that's very unique to our community, is that, you know, you bring more than just two people to come and make the arrangement,
for sure.
And we can accommodate everybody.
Yeah, abuelita, tía, tío, everybody, you know.
Everybody wants to be involved, and so that's really important, and we try to accommodate that. Here's some other, in addition to the jewelry, we have like these little tiny urns. So, you know, sometimes you have several people in the family, and they say, hey, I want some of the ashes, and we have these tiny little urns where you can put some in, and you know, so there's that. This is the this is like a horse-drawn carriage, and we do a lot of times with veterans. That's something that's just really nice and
beautiful.
Yes.
So pretty much whatever they want to see carry out in a funeral, you guys can help with those arrangements.
Right.
What about músicos and banda? Is that something that you've seen here?
Yes, we just had a banda funeral, and it was something I had seen in Dallas. I went to a funeral in Dallas, but now we're seeing it here in the Houston area, which is really cool. And you know, when there's mariachis and they sing Amor Eterno.
Oh, me
tears.
too, me too.
It is the most beautiful thing. And or when you're at the Veterans Cemetery, it's a little different at the Veterans Cemetery because they have time slots and they're very limited on the time you can be there. But but you can have the military honors, and you can have veterans come and fold the flag for your loved one, and that's really beautiful too. The next of kin of a veteran does get a United States flag, so that's something that we do for those families as well. So, I mean, there's just so many options, and that's why it's so important to come and talk to us now, instead of your family, us talking about all these choices and different decisions beforehand. But yeah, so it's a lot. It's a lot.
Have you seen any shifts in what family in this area need or ask for compared to other years?
You know, the diversity for what we're doing now is really different, and cremation has skyrocketed. More people are going to cremation, and I wouldn't say it's only because of cost, but also it just seems cleaner. It just, you know, people are just thinking it takes up less space, so I think people are more conscious and aware of that. So they like to have that cremation option. But you know, back in the day, we were almost 100% just Latino funerals, mostly Mexicans. But now we're helping a diverse group of people, and so the diversity within who we serve has grown.
Yeah.
And that's really great. And that's just from having really good Google reviews. Check the reviews of the funeral home that you go to.
Yeah.
It is so important. There's some really terrible stories out there about
Yeah.
some funeral homes that were just really doing some horrible things.
Yeah, we had
would
one
never
featured on the
imagine.
Hood News on Friday.
Oh,
Yes.
man, it breaks my heart.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, makes it difficult for other funeral homes.
Yes, we don't have, never have had any kind of things like that happen here. We're a family of funeral home owners and directors, and so we take a lot of pride in every single service that we do, and we've been giving back to the community too.
Yes.
I know you were here. For
Yeah.
our fundraiser.
Oh, let's talk about that because I had so many people.
Yes.
Well, it was called the Death by Chocolate. Yes, and everybody loved the Katrina competition or the ceremony thing, like where everybody was, you know, up there. It was like a runway for Katrinas, and I had so many young ladies and so many of our Hood News peeps. They were asking, Grizzy, how do I join that for next year? And you already have a date set?
We do.
What?
So one day a year, we shut down the funeral home operation, and we have a Dia de los Muertos party, and it's called Death by Chocolate. And it's a time where we all come together, and all the money we raise, we give it to small nonprofits.
Nice.
And it just really helps these small nonprofits that are doing good work in the community, like Barrio Dogs.
Yes, I love them.
Yes, they're amazing. This year we helped the Christina Project, and also Arte Público Press.
Oh,
who are
yeah.
preserving our history.
Yes.
So important that we support them. And we have the date already set. It's going to be October 23rd, 2026. It's going to be a Friday night. And we have a Katrina and Katrin contest. We give $1,000 to the first prize winner. And we also give prizes to second and third place. We have some great judges. Mayra Moreno from Channel 13 comes, and she's our hostess, and she's one of the judges. So it's really, really fun. We raised a lot of money, and then I was really excited. We had Easy Band play.
Yeah, that was a great.
So
yes.
they play such a variety
Really
of
different music.
Yeah,
yes.
they played English music, Spanish, country, and then I don't know, music from the 80s too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that was super fun, and we were glad that you were here.
Yeah, me too. I was so happy to be here. It was amazing. Everybody's like, I went to a party afterwards, and everybody's like, Grizzy, you got your face. And I said, at Morales Funeral Home, the Death by Chocolate. Yes, yes.
Yeah, and it was funny because you were live, one of my friend said I couldn't be there, but I watched the whole thing on Brizzy's.
Oh, that's so
live.
cool.
She said,
Yes.
I felt like I was there with y'all. So this coming year in 2026, the tickets are going to be limited. So once we have those, we'll probably start selling them in March or something
Okay.
like that.
Okay.
And so people can start planning to come and start planning their costume and maybe win.
Friends, let me tell y'all, this is an amazing event. I have never seen anything quite like it, and you want to be part of this. So be on the lookout. I will let everybody know when those tickets come out. You don't want to miss out. Like, it's like a who's who, and for great cause. It's like all H-Town's finest out here on that day. Yes. Friend, and I know that you guys are getting ready for an event, right? We're going to go see this box, and you guys are participating. Like, you're always doing something for the community. You're participating in something for Christmas, like, and this can be a drop-off place.
Yes, so we have, I think it's called Them Down Mexicans.
Yes, that's them.
They're new friends, and I'm just so proud of what they're doing.
Yes.
They asked, can we put a box at your business? And I said, absolutely. And we've started filling it up with toys.
Aw, yeah.
And a couple of folks have stopped by and dropped off toys. So you're welcome to bring some toys. And I'm going to go out and buy some more. I just haven't gone to the store yet, but
Awesome.
they're going to give them out on Sunday, December the 14th. So if you have a need, this is where they're doing it. And it's going to be on 20th Street. At Radiant Society Studios.
There you go.
They're amazing.
Yes.
Group of Latinos who are just
And that they knew they could come here and get support. That's everything.
all the
Yes.
time, all
Yes.
the time. We are really good about helping small nonprofits. For years, we've had a school supply giveaway. During COVID, we had tons of food giveaways. And let me just tell you, we see the need in the community.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, she wanted to help people who were in need. And so she started the Morales Memorial Foundation, and that's what we continue to do. We help other small nonprofits, and we're already looking at who's going to benefit from next year's Death by Chocolate. And I came across a nonprofit that literally gives baby formula to moms who need it.
That's so
And it
nice.
just warmed my
Yeah.
heart, because they said they follow the mom for a year to make sure the baby has formula for a year.
Aw.
And maybe she needs the help for a year, or maybe she doesn't, but they keep in touch with her to make sure she has the formula that she needs for that.
Right
for the
on.
baby's life. So
That's nice.
so those are
Yeah.
the kind of organizations
Yeah.
that we look for and we want to help. And you know, so we're just glad that you were here.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad to be here too.
I think because of you, we're gonna have even a bigger party next year.
I hope so. We'll have so much fun. I'll tell you what, I had an amazing time. I didn't even want to leave to the other party.
Yeah.
Friend, just real quick, for those that want to get in contact with you all, either the Little York location or the one here on Canal where we're currently at in 2nd Ward, how can they get in contact with you?
So they can go to our website, moralesfuneralhome.com, and there's so much information there that you don't even have to call us. The prices are there, how a cremation is done, how a burial is done. All of that information is there. Even our history and a little bio on each one of our staff members. But our phone number has not changed since the beginning of Morales Funeral Home in the 1930s. It's 713-223-1167.
All right.
We've had the same phone number for years, so you're welcome to call us there, and we are happy to answer your questions. You can even text that number, and we will answer your message through text.
Absolutely amazing. Well, thank you so much, Christina. It's been a pleasure talking to you and catching up with you and seeing my girl. Thank you. Good to see you too. Yes. All right, friends, stay tuned. It was such a pleasure seeing my friend Christina Morales here at Morales Funeral Home. I'm going to catch up with her real quick, but stay tuned. More hoodies on the way, friends. If you find yourself, you know, wanting to make an start making arrangements now so that your family can, you know, have more peace and you're not having them out there, you know, start making those plans. It's really important, whether it be cremation or burial, whatever it is. Come explore and have these conversations with your family. And of course, Morales Funeral Home is here for you. All right, reporting live, it's your girl Grizzy. Back to you, friends.